up, everyone? So today is an amazing day. Today we are going to talk all things marketing. Now let me tell y'all something. Marketing can make or break your business. And I have one of my friends who is a marketing genius, has a successful company. Her name is Kimberly Blackwell. She's gonna come through and give us all tips on marketing from one level to the next, from small to big. But what's most important is making sure you're doing it and doing it effectively. So let's get ready to make these boss moves. Well, thank you, Kimberly. I'm so glad you're here. And first, let me say this. Let's not get it twisted. We do all our conversations via courtside at the Hawks game. But today...
That's the work hard, play hard.
Period. But today, we got to jump into some good conversation because you are the epitome of a boss chick.
Oh my gosh. Well, look who I'm sitting with.
What? I don't want to hear it. I said, oh Lord, I'm talking to Kim today. Let me get my life right.
That's what I did.
But I'm glad you're here, and I just want us to be
here.
able to have a great conversation about being in business and you being an amazing marketing
Thank you so much.
And being successful.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to this. We're going to have fun.
No, right? I was like, hey, I need you.
You did. And what do? When you say you need me?
We there for each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
and vice versa. Yeah.
Exactly.
We don't ask questions. We figure it out.
I know that's right. So thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Give me a little bit of insight on your company, exactly what you do.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to you guys and give you all the tea you need.
Oh, yeah.
About marketing and just women in business.
So, one, again, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You know, I love what you're doing. It's been great to see the growth and how you all have built an empire yourselves, the diversification and how you all have really looked at streams of revenue. So, again, from one sister to another, I salute you. So my business name is PMM Agency. I started it out of a 600 square foot apartment.
Okay.
Right out of college. So I'm in my 20s. I don't know what I don't know. Somewhat fearless, but what I say too is I took a leap of faith and have scaled it to a multi-million-dollar enterprise, not just PMM Agency, but we have PMM Properties, Ventures, Promotions. And so, like you, understood the evolution of business and how you can't take your foot off, the pedal and the standpoint. Yeah, because for me, it's always about how do I continue to be better. And so my business represents the interest for Fortune 100 global corporations. We represent their interest by way of brand, marketing, media, and comms. So you go to different events, you may see our work, different campaigns. We also do a lot of influencer marketing. So we work with folks as companies are looking at brand partnerships. I'm a deal flow girl, and I enjoy a good deal inside of my business and outside, but for the most part in PMM Agency, we're a brand, omni-channel agency that focuses on all things brand.
So when you say deal maker,
I really enjoy the art of the deal. And I often speak about your network, often influencing your net worth. And as women, we need to understand that we need to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the way of opportunity.
Right.
And so I take a real intentional way of looking at how am I diversifying my networks. And I will say, people who don't look like me often bring me into opportunities. But my duty and obligation is to make sure that when I hear about something, I'm calling you like, hey sis, I got something, and at least positioning.
Yes, you do. You always come, listen, I'm telling y'all now, this is what's going on.
That's how we have to do, because if we don't create the opportunities for others who look like us, I'm not so sure that they will present themselves organically. And so we need to be deliberate and we need to be unapologetic about making sure that we are helping one another.
Amen to that. Now let me ask you something. Okay, for a fresh young woman who is just starting a small business and is trying to figure out how to market, what to do, what is the best option. Budget ain't that big.
That's right.
Trust
me, I know. Remember I told you, it ain't always look like
okay, period. You already know. We know.
Yes.
But where do they start? What are some good tips?
What I would say, a few things. So the world is very different than when I started my business in 1999. Technology is our friend. And so in the most simple forms is how are you putting your business in front of others? What are you doing to differentiate your business
from somebody
from someone else's?
Yep.
Where's the value in somebody spending their dollar with you versus spending it with someone else.
Right.
How is it that you are looking at it from a way of being, I call it my D's, and being disruptive, differentiating, if you're growing and diversifying your businesses? But my favorite D is dial for dollars.
Okay.
You know, so where is it and how is it that once you've positioned it, are you being aggressive around the opportunities for sales? And sometimes as women, we need to make sure that we are exercising a confidence in knowing that our product is worthy for purchase.
When I first started, there was no Instagram.
Yeah.
And none of that. I mean, it was like
Yeah.
Black Planet, and you
Yeah,
wasn't
yo.
promoting products.
I kind of feel sometimes like, and I'm not old, I'm like, you know, I kind of feel like I lived in dinosaur years because
Right.
we didn't have that advantage. And I do really think that, you know, now for the folks who really kind of over-index in it and spend a lot of time there, you can make a lot of traction and headway through social.
No, you can. And honestly, I've seen more millionaires,
Yes.
more small business
Yes.
people start their small
Yes.
business via using their social media.
Yes.
And to me, that's wonderful because I'm a out the trunk,
Yeah,
out the
through
trap,
Master P, out the trunk.
out the trunk, in the hood, hand to hand,
Yes.
which is something a lot of the younger people, they don't know.
Now, and I'm dealing with my staff and my teams. You know, I'm tapping the younger folks, I'm tapping the older folks, but I really want to understand what I don't know. So
Exactly.
the other thing I would say too is make sure you are surrounding yourselves with people who are smarter than you in other areas.
Yes. And that's
And as a
big.
marketer, you want to understand who you're marketing to.
Yes.
You want to know their interests. You want to be able to speak their love language.
Never forget that core.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that core
That's right.
is going to follow you throughout
Yes.
all your
Yes.
evolutions.
Yes.
You know, never
Yes.
forget that
And they
core.
become your biggest champions in the sense of, you know, they'll go out and promote your product. And for me, it's always an understanding that, you know, you never forget where you came from.
course.
And you never forget that core customer. Your best marketing business card are your clients.
Yes.
Also, to word of mouth.
Yes.
You know, I tell word of mouth can take you into a whole other game. And then you being, you know, an influencer yourself with millions of folks who are following you to look and learn and listen to things that you have to say.
Right.
A lot of times too, the association with people in your product and vouching for it in a sense of quality, in the sense of where and how it is different can be a game changer as well. Oftentimes there's a discussion, should my business page be
My-
separate from my personal page?
right.
Now, I operate that way because I represent corporations. There's certain things that I can say on my business page. Then there are other things where I
Right.
can have a different voice, talk about things a little bit differently on the personal. Can you have too much marketing to the marketer? No.
Right.
But I do think you need to look at what that mix looks like and where and how. This is important too. Your voice changes, as does your content in different platforms.
Okay.
If I'm on LinkedIn, if I'm on Instagram, if I'm on TikTok, if I'm on Twitter, there are different ways in which I speak to those audiences. You know, I love Black Twitter and having fun in there, but that's not going to be how I'm going to present myself as a businesswoman on LinkedIn.
I agree with changing it up for the different platforms. First, it's a fresh look and people aren't repetitive. For some of the people who are on all of the social media platforms, if they see your product marketed differently, then that right there may draw them in, which it didn't draw them in on Instagram or another platform.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is your brand at work that you show up early and leave late, or is your brand that you show up late and leave early?
Okay, thank
You know,
you.
even going back to team, who are the folks that surround you to where you can get that real talk truth serum?
Yeah.
I call them my kitchen cabinet, to really kind of guide you in the ways in which you could be doing better as a business, as a leader, and where and how you're driving the company. And you need that community, you need those folks who are really there to push you. And I talk a lot about SMART goals and stretch goals.
Okay,
Who's
I love
stretching
that.
you? You know, who is it that is pushing you into those places of discomfort to make you better? Even in the standpoint of work smarter and not harder,
Yes.
where can you find efficiencies? Where can you find savings? Where is it that you're maybe spending too much time and should be shifting into something else?
say for an example, you're a business owner, your marketing is such as you think, but your return isn't coming back like you think it should. You know, what steps do you take, or how do you reset your focus?
Melody Hobson, someone who I follow and admire as a Black business leader, says, you know, math has no opinion.
Okay.
And when you look at the numbers, they will tell you where you are high performing and where you are not, and where you may need to make some shifts and refinements to your business model. It doesn't necessarily mean you're failing,
Right.
but it could mean that you need to make some adjustments. A lot of times the market will tell you what is successful and what isn't, but you have to be paying attention, and you have to have a team that is paying attention with you. We as business leaders can sometimes be a little bit too personally attached to an idea.
Now that is absolutely true.
So you gotta know too when you need to let ego kind of step out of it, and it's just business, you know?
So from my understanding, there's 4 P's of marketing. Can you break that down for us?
Yeah.
In English.
Yeah. and they try to keep it very simple on product, price, place, and promotion.
Okay.
Product, price, place, and promotion. So we've talked a little bit about some of those areas, but I will tell you that pricing matters. People don't mind paying a little bit more
Right.
if they feel like the quality of the product is there. In the place and promotion, you know, promotion we've kind of talked about in the sense of where and how you are positioning the product. Place, I think too, you know, also looks at the distribution channels. And what I love too about now, like folks are going direct to consumer.
Yes.
They will set up their own platform and sell from an e-commerce standpoint versus thinking that they need to depend on, you know, someone else to distribute for them.
Don't overthink it. Just go for it. Push it out there. Because let me tell you, failure also builds character and helps you to learn along the pathway. Success doesn't come overnight. You're going to fall on your face. You're going to stand back up. You're going to learn. Believe me, I've made a lot of mistakes on the road to success and still have a lot more things that I have to accomplish because I'm not there yet. So keep that in mind.
I would love for people to understand, don't ever get it twisted. One, we're not resting on any laurels. So success today does not mean success tomorrow.
That's right.
Keep your head down. I tell folks I'm an entrepreneur. I eat what I kill, and every day I'm hunting. Meaning that for me, you know, it's always about what is it that I'm going after and how can I get better.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes,
And I
have enjoyed this.
And for all of you out there, just, you know, take it all in. It's not easy. Every service product is different. So, you know, some things may be mistakes, some things you might hit head on. But one thing I will say is if you have a small business, start that business, execute, follow through, practice patience. Know that some things will work, some things may not work. But at the end of the day, if you don't quit, you won't fail. And if you head over to Philo, you can watch the extended version of this episode.